Video, so let's get right into the content. Today it's a special video. We're talking about LeBron James here, and this is not a video of one particular LeBron James card. This is going to break down all LeBron James cards, or virtually all of them. As long as he has at least an 86 ball handle, he should be able to do everything in this video, and even in some cases he'll be able to do it anyway. So whether you're running the duo, the diamond, either of the opals, most of this content will relate to those cards. LeBron James has been one of the best cards in the game throughout the entire year, but most people don't realize just how good he is creating his own shot, creating the offense. I would say I think LeBron James is excellent at this, but I know he's excellent at this because out of all of the cards I've used online, he has brought me some of the most success at every tier, at every level of play, and his animations also bring that same success in the My Career community, and that's for a good reason. So we're going to get into all of that right now. Let's get right into the content. All right, so first things first, LeBron James's dribble style, right? It's very, very similar to Pro Dribble style, and you can basically take that Pro Dribble tutorial that I put up and apply all of that to LeBron James, all right? So if you're hold turbo, backwards diagonal to the opposite ball hand will give you this very quick crossover. Hold turbo, up forwards diagonal, so say about 2 o'clock and 11 o'clock on the left stick will give you the push cross. Except his push cross is way better than the Pro Dribble push cross. So his dribble style is probably superior to Pro Dribble style. Much less common, but he has it, and good news for LeBron. All right, so let's look at his size up. So this, I would normally say, is a weakness for LeBron because none of his size up dribbles are particularly quick. However, combined with his dribble style, I find that his size ups are just fine in terms of creating space and changing directions. And this is all based on the fact that LeBron is always one of the best slashers in the game. We're going to get into that later too. We're going to go dribbles first with this particular part of it because we need to get to these signature dribbles and talk about what he has access to. All right, so he's got a size up, which is going to combine very well with his dribble style. Again, not the greatest size up in the world, but it does the job. So the way I look at LeBron James, and we're going to get to the money move real quick. LeBron is like Ryu in Street Fighter, if you guys have ever played Street Fighter. He basically has two main moves that his whole kit revolves around. And he throws the fireball, he makes you jump, then he hits you out of the air with the dragon uppercut, right? The Shoryuken. Same thing with LeBron James. He changes directions to get to his stick dunking and his super powerful layup package. And then he uses, so you're afraid of him slashing. And then he uses this hop back to create space for the jumper. Now, there are other things in his kit that you'll use, and we're going to go over those things, to round out that skill set. The same way Ryu has other moves to round out his skill set. But that's basically what you're getting into. You're talking about mastering this dribble style and mastering his hop back and his snatch back. The combination of that John Wall hop back snatch back, LeBron's finishing, LeBron's dribble style, and his good enough normal size up is enough with the rest of his kit to make him a fantastic character because of just how overpowered he is once he gets a full head of steam going to the basket. And let's talk about his jumpers a little bit. When he gets into those situations, he does have usable step backs in those situations. Not the best by any means, but again, people have to respect his driving game so much that I have personally found if you need to go to that step back game, you have the ability to do it. But we're going to talk more about the shooting later. For now, let's get back to the dribbles. All right, so we covered his dribble style. We covered his normal size up. So keep in mind that this is combined with all of the default dribbles that you have, right? So your misdirections, he's fine with that, right? And then your momentum crossovers, he's fine with that, right? So you're mixing that in, his dribble style, the momentum crossovers, and you got the hop back, which is down on the right stick, holding nothing, just the hop back, and the snatch back. So with the hop back, this is huge. So with the hop back, you're either going the same direction, quick burst, and again, if they are off by a little bit, I cannot stress this enough, LeBron James has already won the battle. If he hops back and you choose improperly and he gets to about right here, that's 2 points, right? Because he has access to so much, which again, we'll get to the slashing animations soon. And then the same thing with the snatch back. So the snatch back is interesting, right? Because with the snatch, if you wait, you can snap out of it with that LeBron James dribble style. But you can also go to his normal size up and get out of the normal size up too. So you can snatch, normal size up, and then choose how you want to get out of that normal size up. Again, even though it's a little on the slow side, it's measured, right? He's not a jittery dribbler. And what you're looking for is you're looking for your opponent to react to, because unlike most cards in the game, LeBron James demands a reaction to whatever he does. If you do not react to whatever he does, he will get on that rim. And he always has a really high pass accuracy, so he can even bail out once he gets to that rim. I didn't mention the pass accuracy, which is usually not a thing, but LeBron James is going to have juice pass accuracy because he's one of the greatest passers of all time, definitely the greatest at his position, possibly the greatest non-point guard passer, and the game reflects that, right? So you've got this hop back, you can get out of it in both directions, right? So if you're going that way, you're doing a regular hesitation cancel, same direction, and if you're going the other way, you just dribble style, right? Now, once you've done that and the opponent's ready for it, that's when you start mixing in that size up, right? And so now your rhythm is different. And so if they're waiting on that, you can just pull up. If they're sagging on that, you can snatch back, right? So already, even with just that, LeBron James is already excellent. But let's look at some of his other tools. So here is one tool that most people are not aware of in either the Myteam community or the MyCareer community, but I assure you it's fantastic. So here is his aggressive dribble combo. Now, I'm gonna say, at a glance, looking at that animation, it doesn't look like anything special, right? So he just starts, just playing with the ball left and right. Here's the thing, guys. What I understand from the comp community, and I've used this move, I've never had the ball stolen. I think once he starts this animation, it's hard to pluck him. I've used this, I have not been plucked out of this animation yet. This might be true of all aggressive combos where they're just harder to steal the ball from. There's like some kind of invulnerability happening here. That's number one. Number two, you see the way he drifts forward? This is a natural crab, similar to James Harden's. He will naturally just crab the opponent, and like right here, he will just walk in front of them for a jumper. But then on top of that, see how he switches hands? Out of each of these hand switches, you can go into his dribble style and get out of it. Now you have to figure out the angle of the dribble style to get out of it properly, right? You gotta, because he's turning his shoulders. So you have to make sure that whatever you're doing, you're hitting the angle properly so that he gets the launch. But I assure you, he can launch out of this and go right to, again, getting back on that rim. You see that? Quick snap right out of that dribble move. So he can shoot off of that dribble move, he can drive off of that dribble move either direction, but also he can snatch back out of that dribble move at any time, right? So he can do his aggressive size up, snatch back, hop back, and then what we talk about with the hop backs, he can use his dribble style to explode out of that in either direction. So you see how the best tools in his kit lead him back into attacking in either direction. And if you sag off of him, his shooting stats are good enough for you to go ahead and get on that rim. So I'll talk about the rest of his dribble moves real quick. This is his combo move, his double throw. Not particularly strong. I haven't found a use for it. Here's his regular size up. Now I will say, again, this doesn't look good, but you can get out of it very easily, right? So it's not something I have found a great use for. His regular combo is very slow looking, but it's there. It is what it is. Here's his escapes. Not good, right? His normal escape is not good. Here's his between the legs escape. Now his between the legs escape is usable, right? He can explode out of his between the legs escape all right. I think if you're going the other direction, it's just way better, way more efficient to use his dribble style if you're switching sides. But his escape is there. You're not going to really be L2 canceling with his escape, but you can L2 cancel with his snatchback, right? So you can burst in, and I mean, that's just like a lot for a character like LeBron. You can literally run in the direction, L2 cancel, get to that snatchback, and the same thing we said, you can shoot out of that, or you can get the size up out of that. You can combo into other moves out of this snatchback. You can go to his, and I would say his dribble combo out of his snatchback is probably better than his normal size up, just because of the way the dribble combo works. So out of that snatch, I do recommend, if you're establishing space, and doing that, and you see that right to that LeBron aggressive combo, and the way he's sliding around, and guys, you got to test this out in game yourself. The way he's sliding around with that aggressive combo makes it really hard to get a hold of him, and that's so important because of his slashing ability. So let's get into that real quick. So the main thing about LeBron slashing, he has one of the best layup packages in the entire game, right? So this we're going to talk about the most overpowered one first. So his just holding the square button with LeBron James. All he needs is a little baby step walking forward, and he just launches to the rim. He's shot out of the cannon. Honestly, I hope this is not in the game next year because it's really kind of busted. Like, you see that? He just launches forward. It's very, very hard to get to. Very overpowered. You know, you're going to want to stick dunk all the time with LeBron James, but there are many, many situations where this is the optimal move, and people don't see it coming because he gets to it super duper quickly. This is one of the strongest layups in the game, and you see it's high. It's like very hard to get to. You don't know when it's happening. It's very hard to react to. If somebody reacts to it, even if they're on time and they get like a bad block animation, they might be nowhere near it, and you see that. So that's just pressing square, no turbo, walking forward a little bit towards the basket, and he just jumps at the rim and lays the ball up. So if the opponent is behind you or on the side of you or misaligned in any way, you get right to that move, he's right on the rim. And you can do it from any angle, it's going to be just as good. All right, we'll look at the rest of his layups real quick. So his floaters, not the normal floater, but it is very useful because he like hops to the side sometimes, and again, that makes it very good. Now, most people are going to play the entire year and never shoot a floater with LeBron James. And I get it. It's LeBron James, right? You want to dunk on people. But I'm just here to show you that it is a viable tool. Not the best floater in the game. Nothing broken like Jokic, but it's got its moments, man. Like if you hit the right spots, you can see as I do floaters from different angles, he's got a nice floater package. I would say it's a second tier level floater package, right? Big men all have the best floaters because they do it from 20 feet away. So let's look at his Euro step. As soon as I get control of the character, there we go. You know what? I apologize for that. We're going to try it again. All right, here we go. So yeah, his Euro steps, nothing special with his Euro steps. They're just like serviceable. He's got that kind of business going on. Not something I really go to. Let's look at his hop steps. Hop steps are crazy because they combine into the dunks. Obviously, with the Euro step, you can combine into the dunk too. You know, again, kind of basic. Let's look at his pure left-right, his scoopers, I should say. Right, scoopers, very, very quick, very outstanding scoopers. And I'm doing all of this stuff because I want you guys to understand that LeBron James as a slasher is just so ridiculously strong that if you have access to all of his tools as a slasher, it's a different version of using LeBron James and just pressing square and holding turbo when you go to the basket. So speaking of pressing, holding turbo, stick dunks. I mean, just you guys know, I don't have to tell you, LeBron James is one of the best stick dunkers in the game. Absolutely elite at that. All right, and with the shooting, again, he has a really good hop step game that I think is made even better because of the way people are going to guard LeBron James. That's the thing that makes his hop step game so good, is people don't want to guard him for shooting. If you've been stick dunking on them and hitting them with the layups, they want to guard him for getting on that rim, and that makes them super vulnerable to the hop step games. Most characters with a really good hop step aren't this elite at going to the basket. So I want to get into one more thing before we get out of here, and that's the All-Star Galaxy Opal LeBron. Now, we don't, talk too much about gambling cards and stuff like that, but this is a LeBron James tutorial, so I want to be thorough. So why do I have Sengun? Because Sengun has the John Wall snatchback and hopback, and he has Kobe dribble style, which LeBron James also has. So honestly, I prefer LeBron's dribble style out of this, but this is still really good. So it's the same thing. Basically, you just launch forward or backwards with the left stick out of it, and you're either going to get this behind the back or you're going to get this launch. And that's the difference between the other Opal and this Opal, and then the other Opal has the extra tool of tray escape. Other than that, the cards are virtually identical. So this is what you'll be doing with the All-Star LeBron if that's the one you're using. But I cannot stress enough, I think the Domination LeBron is also very good, and also the Diamond LeBron in salary cap is incredible. Absolutely shredding people for me in salary cap. So that's going to conclude this LeBron James tutorial. I hope that was helpful for you guys. I wish you the best of luck out there with that LeBron. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think. See you in the next one.